Tú, la primera movida, aduéñate y bésame. Tienes que ser tú. Because everything comes from Africa. So it makes sense that when you're playing African-centric, real African music, that it accentuates our Latin music, our Latinism. And I'm very proud to say, and I don't care who says it, I am the first Latina to release an Amapiano song in Spanish.
More music variety on Power 8 Radio.
Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome to a super special episode of PAR Meet the Artist. My name is Pali. I'm host of the show today, and I have an incredible artist and more. So if I get my guest to, if I get you to introduce yourself, please tell us your name, who you are, and what you do, and where you're from, please.
Sure, Polly. So thank you for having me on the PAR show. This happened quickly, and I'm so happy that it did. My name is P La Cangri. I know it's a little difficult to say. Some people call me the boss of the block. I'm a musical artist. I am from Cuban descendants, and I'm also a New York DJ, one of the hottest female DJs in New York City.
Very nice, very, very nice. Because that's for. So let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
So I found out about your track, then found out you're a DJ. I'm like, okay, that's making sense because there's a whole fusion of music in this new track. But
Yes.
before we get there, let's rewind. So
Sure.
How long have you been doing music for?
I've been doing music since I think I was in my mother's womb. I think my parents immigrated from Cuba and to the East Coast in the United States, and my grandmother would sing to me while she would cook while my parents went to work. And my grandmother had an incredible soprano voice. And I asked her one day why she never pursued it. When you're a little kid, you don't understand those things. And, she had to raise, she was a single mother raising 3 children. She had to work in Cuba, a Black woman, very difficult. And that wasn't the life that she could pursue. So that always stayed with me. She sang more beautiful than me. But I got her talents. I can cook like her, and I can sing. So that's the true story of how it started.
Oh, wow, that's really, really cool. So was that what motivated you to go, okay, I definitely will pursue this. I'm going to take where she stopped. I'm going to carry on from there, kind of live on that legacy.
I think it was that moment, even as a child. I mean, as a grown up, I don't like the word no or you can't, but I think that I know that I was born with that because she told me that when I was about 4 years old, and that it made me angry that she couldn't live her dream. And at 4 years old, what do you know about that? You don't know nothing about that. But something inside me told me that it wasn't fair, and I always had that thing that's what I wanted to do. And I couldn't sing to save my life. I tried, and it was horrible. And I tried to sing in English, and it didn't fit. And then I tried to sing in Spanish, and because I was in the United States, my Spanish wasn't like that perfect, that singing Spanish. And then again, as a teenager, she started showing me some Spanish singers and said, hey, maybe you should try and listen a little more to this person and get your Spanish together, and maybe you'll be a better singer. And it worked. It worked.
That's really, really cool. Because it definitely worked. So let me say congratulations on the release of the new track. Came out today, fresh off the press, as they call it.
Fresh. It's still wet out there. It's still wet.
The balls, I can feel it everywhere. And it's called A. Is that how you pronounce it? Or
yeah. The song is called A because after listening to all my songs, I always say A in every song. And when I want to get your attention, I'm like, A. So it seems, even when people see there's a building like by me that says A, someone called me, hey, do you own a building called A? I go, no, I don't own that building. So I called the song A. So it's when we did the album Boss of the Block, A is on the album, but it was an Afrobeat, straight up Afrobeat. And I listened to it and I felt that there was something missing. It's a great Afrobeat, it's a great song, but I thought there was something missing. So hence the DJ stepped in, you know, to
Um,
fix it, you know?
so how does that? How do you go through that thought process? So you released your track, then you've played it, and then you thought, I want to change this. So are you your own critic, or do you listen to other people's beat?
You know what? I think I am my hardest critic, but I've been playing in New York City since I started. I've been playing Afro beats for a very long time. It's trendy now, but I've been playing it. I don't know if you're familiar with a DJ. Don't laugh at me. His name is DJ Arch. I think he's 7 now, maybe
Mm,
7 years old. He started playing when he was 10. He won well, not America's Got Talent, something's Got Talent in Africa. I think he won. And
mm,
I saw him like on YouTube, and I couldn't believe that he was 3 or 4 years old. And I connected with his father via Instagram. And then his father would send me some Afro beats. So when I would play at the club during the daytime, after work, we had palm trees and stuff. So I would start playing Afro beats. And the owner goes, "Yeah, that music is cool. What is it?" I said, "No, I got it from this 3-year-old DJ." And he looked at me like I was crazy. I said, "I swear I'm not kidding you." So his watching him turned me on to Afro beats. And I would look for obscure songs, for things that were not being played here. So every time I got a chance, I would play it. Then jump till now, Amapiano, New York City, and Afrobeats are very, very trendy. So not all DJs, because I can't speak for all, but
mm,
many are playing it because it's trendy or because it's on TikTok. When
mm,
I play Amapiano, I feel it. Like I know the words. Like my audience thinks that I'm from South Africa or from Nigeria, Rwanda, or Namibia because I sing it like I mean it, like I know what I'm saying. I have no idea what I'm saying, but I feel it in my heart. I come out and I dance with the audience, and it makes me it makes me like feel so good, you know? So one day driving back, I'm listening to I go, "This is what it needs. It needs Amapiano. That's the missing link. It needs that thing that makes me feel it in my soul." So I produced it, and here we are with the
yeah.
song.
It's a beautiful song because it's a fusion of those Spanish bars with some piano. It's a cocktail of music. You know,
Right.
it brought in some those what I call the cultural um little cultural instruments. Everything just fitting together. So was that what you were going for initially, or I know you said it started as an Afrobeat project. Um, So when you've released it now, do you think, no, this is job well done? Or are you thinking,
100%. 100%.
Mhm,
100% well done. Um, I played it in between. As soon as I did it, I went to the club that Saturday night. I didn't tell anybody anything, and I played it between "Unavailable" by Davido, right? I'm unavailable, right? And Mona Lisa. I played it right in the middle. Those are the two strongest songs, and I played it right in the middle, and everybody stayed on the floor. Then I played something by Uncle Waffles and something else, and I played the break of my song, played it again, and everybody stayed on the floor. And I said, if they only knew it was me, I didn't say a thing. And I said, we got something. We got something. So, yeah, this is it. This is it.
that's really, really cool. And
Yeah.
it's not just about that song, because going through back into the things that the different music that you've done.
Hmm.
I read somewhere where they said it's a cultural journey from Johannesburg to Havana.
Right.
So how does this, the cultural differences, how does that influence the sounds that you're making?
Well, at the end of the day, there really is no cultural difference. I mean, doesn't everything come from Africa?
Mm,
All music comes from Africa. I've had this discussion with a lot of musical people, you know what I mean? Um, but to take the sound that the streets of Johannesburg have created, and for me to take it and make it authentic, because what I did is not a hybrid, it is authentic. It is authentic. Amapiano, every instrument, there's no clave like in Spanish music. It is definitely 100% Amapiano. It just happens to be that I'm singing in Spanish. I'm singing in my native language, but look at my color. I mean, I'm definitely not white, you know what I'm saying? Um, from what I understanding on my grandfather's side, they're from Congo and Benin. So I'm talking with, we would say fundamento in Spanish, because my grandfather is, we're Afrocentric. There's a mixture of European, African, and indigenous in Cuba, but that soul, whatever it was that I thought that I was missing musically that I didn't need, Amapiano has given to me.
That's really, really cool. And I'm glad you kind of touched on, parents and where you originated from.
Right.
Um, you were around them. Do you feel the music they listened to back then and what we have now? Do you think there's a difference? Do you think it's different good or different bad?
You know, I don't know. I think I appreciate their music more now. The music, how when we're little, we don't pay attention to our parents, right? So I think that I appreciate their music a lot more now. I listen to a lot of the singers I used to listen to that I didn't want to listen to just for inflection. Also knowing that a great vocal delivery does not make a song. I mean, a note perfect vocal delivery doesn't make a song. Vocal feeling makes a song. You know what I'm saying? It's, as a DJ, when I DJ at the club, I want you to have an unforgettable night. I want you to feel something, whether it's happiness or sadness, or I take you back to when you broke up with your girlfriend, or I take you back to a moment when you met your girlfriend. I want to take you on a journey. You know what I mean? I play on a radio station that all they play is reggaeton, Latin music, reggaeton, dembow, Dominican. I did my first show since the new year. I did it yesterday. I tricked them. I started with reggaeton and went right into Amapiano, right into it, and I mixed it together with dembow. And he says it was perfect. Because everything comes from Africa, so it makes sense that when you're playing African centric, real African music, that it accentuates our Latin music, our Latinism. And I'm very proud to say, and I don't care who says it, I am the first Latina to release an Amapiano song in Spanish. There could be somebody more famous than me later down the line claiming it, but I'm claiming it, and I'll take that to the bank. And the second single is done already. The second,
Oh,
we're mixing it now. I'm not playing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, I like the sound of that. That's a juicy little gossip there. So, what, you
Yes.
allowed to tell us the name or it's
Yes,
called
it's gonna
A?
it's gonna it's gonna be called Libertad,
What does that mean?
liberty.
Ah, mm,
Something we
oh,
all want, right?
absolutely. I really can't wait to hear that. But
Yeah.
so when are we expecting this to come out?
Uh, we're I was
No rush. I
thinking.
know you just came out with one today,
No,
so
I want to release it fast. So I created it the other day. I played it for, I usually play things for about 5 people,
mm,
um, just to see what the reaction is. And if the reaction is all the same, then the song goes out. I thought that the song might need something because it came out so fast and so simple. I
mm,
said, I have another hit, I think. Or maybe it needs something. So I called someone. I said, hey, I think the song needs, and they said the song doesn't need anything. Just finish mixing it.
mm.
So the song is called Libertad, and it's very simple. There's not a lot of singing. There's a clear message, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's really, really cool. So let me kind of throw this one out there. Out of
Sure.
all the tracks you've made, which one would you say is your favorite? And why?
I think if you would have asked me this 6 weeks ago, before this song became what it is, I would have told you Atrévete.
Mm,
Atrévete is a trap song. I don't know if you've had the chance to watch the video, but the video is spectacular. It was filmed in Miami. And Atrévete is my favorite song off the album, Boss of the Block. And that album was in consideration for a recording academy for a Latin Grammy. I didn't get nominated, but I was in consideration. And for being an independent artist, that's a great place to be, and I'm happy with that. And up until from the album that I released, that's the song that's my favorite. What's my overall favorite song? It's this one, A. A.
And
A.
why the A rather than the
It
overall?
just, I don't know. It makes me feel good, man. I mean, they all make me feel good, but this one, there's just something. I don't know. I was wondering, is this how Einstein felt when he invented something, when you found something? Because I wasn't really like, I think that if you try hard, like you're, okay, I'm gonna go and create this. I didn't set out to create it. It wasn't something that I said, I'm gonna do it because I wanna fit in. It was nothing like that. It was like, the song is missing something. I can't put my finger on it. The production is great, the singing is great, the writing is great. People have I think it has like 30,000 streams. It's well made. But I thought the song could go further. And then, God does what he does, right? God does what he does. And I play a lot of Amapiano at the club, and I'm listening to stuff that no one's ever heard before. And I listen to I listened to Big Flexa. I listened to a song called Peaky the other day. I listened to, you know, I always say it wrong. It's spelled Mnike, Maniki. I think it's,
Yeah.
yeah, I listened to that. I listened to Tyler, I See You. I listened to all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, stuff is awesome. So as I'm driving home from the club, I was like, this is what A needs. A needs to be made like this. And like I said, God knows what he does. I think that if I would have done it for the album a year ago, probably wouldn't have worked. It just needed to happen when it happened. And everything is about timing. And it is buzzing. There's a huge buzz on the song.
Absolutely. There is a huge buzz on the song. And if it's
Yes.
not too tricky, can I get you to give us a little a cappella, maybe not necessarily even of this song, maybe of anything else, maybe of the new
Oh
one that is
wow.
coming?
Wow, you're gonna put me out there like that? Jesus.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me think. Wow. I'm trying to think of a song. Let's say, tú, la primera movida, aduéñate y bésame, tienes que ser tú. That's all I got right now. I've been up for 3 days. I've been up since 4 in the morning promoting the song. So I've been nonstop talking. So the voice isn't what it is when I'm rested.
No, bless you. Thank you so much for doing that. That is incredible. It shows,
Thank
you're ready for this. Wake you up anytime and you're like, yeah, let's deliver. And there's something you said about being an independent artist, and obviously now you're talking about you've been up, promoting, and so let's talk about being an independent artist.
Yes.
For you, is it a walk in the park or?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. I had a distribution deal with some people that I liked a lot. Like I like the people very much. And I had thoughts about they promised me they were going to do A, B, C, D with a distribution deal because I have my own label. And I really wanted to believe them, and I believed them. And once I got back from vacation during New Year's Eve, I came home, and I Google myself every day. My attorney tells me, Google yourself, see what you see. And I didn't see anything, but I thought it was my computer, or something was wrong. And then I went into iTunes and into Spotify, and all my music was gone.
Oh, wow.
Exact that face you had, you should have seen my face. And I said, like, what's going on? So I called the distributor. Like I said, someone that I like. So it's not someone that there's any problems with. I said, hey, he goes, what do you mean? He goes, let me go online. He goes, I see it. I go, I see it too, but you can't play it. He goes, let me check with the company. I still haven't heard back from him, from my distributor. Called the attorney. I got physically sick I was physically sick, I broke out in hives, I'm a nervous wreck because I have a lot of things that depend on my brand. I have a cigar line, I have a beverage line that's getting ready to launch. I have a lot of things that depend on P La Cangri, the artist, being present and a brand. And I've got a new song that I'm planning to release called A. A should have been released weeks ago, but it wasn't because of what happened. So to make a long story short, being an independent artist is different, I think, than being an independent artist and owner of a label. I think as an owner of a label, I had to sit with myself and meet with my attorneys and try to figure out what happened, what went wrong, what is there anything that I didn't do anything wrong. So what did the distributor forget to do? He must have forgotten to do something. And he's too embarrassed and not returning my phone calls and not letting me know it's okay to make mistakes, right?
Mm.
I figured it out. When I figured it out, 10 hours later, all my music was back up again. All my music, 10 hours. And the beautiful thing was I didn't lose any streams, all my numbers, because I've invested a lot of my money. Like no one's investing in me. It's not like I have an investor. It's not like I have Sony or Wea or somebody. This is all my DJ money that I invest in myself the best way that I possibly can to get a product done. Understand? I have a great group of people that work for me. So 10 hours later, most of the songs are up. 12 hours later, all the songs are up. In 24 hours, everything is up. Everything is up. So now I can breathe.
Mm.
Still haven't heard from the distributor at this point. He has no idea what's going on. No idea. So now I sit with my attorney. I said, well, I've got to release A right now. Right now. I'm late. He's like, P, maybe we should wait. I go, I can't wait. The moment is now. I said, I'll give you 5 days. We'll give you 5 days. So 5 days passed. I go, I'm doing it. Let it fall where it may. And I guess God had a plan and there it is. It worked. But back to your story, I think if I were to, this is where an artist can harm themselves. This is when an artist can have a mental breakdown and they have no one to turn to, because imagine that you're just an artist by yourself and you put all your money into a song or to an album and you wake up and it's missing because of someone else's mistake and that person is not responding to you.
Mm.
And you as an independent artist don't have the resources to fight or to understand or to find the mistake.
Mm.
So that's why you need to be supportive of artists, and distributors should respect an artist's work, because this is where things could have gone wrong. Thank God that I'm strong, and thank God that I'm smart. I figured it out and we're here.
Wow, that is whew, that story is alone is enough to get a lot of people, going, well, this is it. I can't deal
Of
with this.
course. Could you imagine? I mean, that's why you hear that artists commit suicide or they hurt themselves or because of things like this that can be fixed.
Mm.
But if they don't have the resources or they're being abused by the industry, they don't know how to react. In my case, yes, I got physically sick, but my physically sick was how do I fix it? I know that I can fix it, and I did. So we're good, and I'm happy.
That's really, really good and really commendable. I'm happy for you.
Thank
And
you.
let me kind of touch on this. We talk about artists, going through a tough time, because a lot of the time, even the songs you write, how some artists release their songs, all the emotions dealing with all these different things, dealing
Right.
with people alone. So how do you decompress to make sure, okay, you're still focusing on the goal? Because if you have all this different information coming out of everywhere, can't focus on the task at hand. So how do you balance life with
You know,
music?
what I what I do is that I get up in the morning at 5 and I exercise. And the phone is off. No Instagram, no Twitter, unless I have to put something out because it's time, right? And then I look forward. I DJ Friday and Saturdays, sometimes more, sometimes I travel. But what I do is that, like this problem that I had, when I would go out to eat with my family, go out to eat with my friends, or spending time with them, I wouldn't allow them to talk about it to me. Let's not talk about it because we're having dinner, we're eating. I don't want it to. It's consuming me. So let's talk about anything. Let's talk about you, about something else. So what I do is that when I'm spending time with the people that I love, over dinner, over lunch on the Sunday, over brunch, I don't talk about music.
Mhm.
I don't talk about music. I get in the car and listen to other artists, like regular people, listen to the radio, and
Mhm.
I try to escape that. And even DJing, when I was DJing consistently, like when I started consistently, I would come back Sunday morning and try to do a mix and stuff. I stopped that. I said, let me give some time to my soul, right? To grow, because if I don't listen to other music, if I don't listen to the radio, if I don't conversate with someone like yourself, I can't learn anything. So the best thing is to, go grab lunch, meet with a friend, and don't talk about music. Talk about anything else. Go to a movie. As silly
Mhm.
as it may sound, it does really help. And then you're
Mhm.
like, oh, I got an idea. On Monday, let me go do this. And I'll say, and another thing that I've learned how to do recently is that I'll work all day. I'll stop the clock at about 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Like today, after I'm done with you, I'm done. That's it. And I DJ tonight.
Mhm. That is really, really good because it's something I would take on board myself.
I hope
Uh,
so.
because it's all about just segregating those times to go, okay, this is a time for me. Um,
Yes,
Problem with music is even when you're kind of away from it, you're still in it. Well,
of course.
I get what you mean. Just focus on other things. So even you're still listening to other type of music, but you're not
Right.
in. Yeah. Oh no, I like that. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for that. Um,
Anytime.
and while we're talking about music, time's kind of up. So this track, A, um, if this track was an animal, what would it be and why?
It would be a tiger, man.
Mhm.
Just rip your face off. It would definitely be a tiger, a lion, some kind of cat, that's just like, "Meow," I'm here. You know how
Mhm.
cats, but cats are sexy too, and they walk and they
Mhm.
strut, and, stuff. So yeah, that's why it's a sexy song, and it's got a great vibe, and it's very, how cats. I just recently got a cat. Or lions, or tigers. They lay down and they stretch, and all of a sudden they attack for no
Mhm.
reason, right? The song starts out like that, then that incredible traditional Amapiano break comes in where you're like, where did that come from? And
Absolutely.
either you get it or you don't, you know?
It's, it was, you could feel the vibe, and it was, the melody was there, everything was sweet as it was, and then bam, like, whoa, okay, where did I come from?
Exactly. That's what Amapiano does. There's some Latin programmers that have written to me, says, this Latin song. I said, well, first, it's not Latin. It's something called Amapiano. Educate yourself. And if you would listen to more of it, you would understand that that's how it goes. And then the break comes in.
Mm.
And then it quiets. In the extended version, the break comes again. So educate yourself. Look at the title. It says Amapiano. It doesn't say salsa. It doesn't say reggaeton. It doesn't say merengue. I put the name of the genre in the title. So that way people, when they see it, they're like, Amapiano. Wait a minute. Let me
Mm.
go.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really, really cool. Um, and kind of let me ask why for my wrap-up question.
sure.
Um, so you as an artist, you've mentioned a few names, you talk about with your grandma and how she's an amazing singer. If there was one person, maybe a band, maybe, just a singer, dead or alive, that you could collaborate with to do that one kick show, who would it be and why?
Burner Boy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Again, before January, we would have told you somebody else. But God sends you messages. Like, you look at Instagram, you look at Twitter, you look at this. I saw him live on some show that he did, and the show was so tight. The background singers, him live, the energy, the way he was dressed, just everything about him. Yes, I think I think Burna Boy would be someone that I would love to sing with. If I had the perfect collaborations together, it'd be Burna Boy, Chris Brown, and myself, the three of us.
Woo!
I can dream.
That sounds hot.
I,
I could picture that. That sounds like
I,
a, yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that.
I can
Um,
dream. Yeah,
well, let's speak into existence, This thing
absolutely.
happen. They're alive, so there's no reason why it can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I saw an interview with Chris Brown says nobody can sing like him. I agree.
Mm,
So come on to my track and sing then. Let's do it.
I like that. This is it. As they say, everybody bring their own thing to the table. Nobody can bring what you bring to the table.
No,
Nobody else. So that's if you don't have anything else to celebrate about yourself, that you can always, you can always
abs
celebrate.
absolutely.
So kind of well, I think we talk so much. Let's cover these bits. So, new song coming out, you've got a whole load of other tracks before it, and your DJ. So if anybody wants to, all the people that wants to contact you and find out where all this new stuff are coming from, all the little juicy gossips like the one you gave us on Power Ace Radio, where should they
Yeah.
go?
I'm really accessible on Instagram. So at P La Cangri, which is at PLaCangri. The website is PLaCangri.com. Twitter, everything is very uniform. P La Cangri. They can contact you guys. If you're watching me and you can't find me, contact them. Maybe you should go find Burna Boy for me, let them know I exist. Yeah, I'm super accessible. So anything P La Cangri, I answer for sure. And if I don't answer, someone else will, but I'm always on top of things. I'm always watching.
That's really, really cool. And that's the beauty of independent artists. We can always rely on you to, if somebody says something and they say, yeah, well done, we can always rely on you to feedback to that. So
Absolutely.
any final remarks from you?
Look, I am so happy that you guys jumped on this so quickly and that you took the time to listen to the track because you guys really did listen to it. I mean, you paid super much attention to it. And you're my first interview of the day that it was released, I had interviews last week, but to be interviewed on the day of, that's very special. So I thank you for that, the PAR team. Hope it's not the last time.
Oh, let's hope not. Absolutely. You have so much in the pipeline. So yeah, we'll definitely be back for more. And we
Right.
hope you join
And
us.
yeah, and I'll be in Vegas DJing for the next when will I be? The 21st to the 26th. I'll be in 25th, I think, or 26th in Las Vegas. I'm DJing at something called PCA. It's a Premier Cigar Association, like a huge thing where people will have cigars. They go and they sell their cigars, and I'm the DJ for my own brand. The brand is called Boss of the Block. We got an award for #1 cigar in the world, and those are some of the little things that I do.
It's really, really exciting. There's so much to you.
Yeah.
Running out of time, talking more and more and more. But yes, hope you come back. And until we meet again, it's been such a pleasure. Take
Thank you
care.
so much. Blessings. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Power Ace Radio.